Oh man, of course we got to talk about some more ICE deportations. Got to update you guys on what's going on with that. But ladies, I got to ask y'all a question, man. Why do some women just sit there and scream like that? Like that's not the first time I've seen a video where like a chick is just screaming for no darn reason. Like just just wailing and nothing's absolutely happening to her. Like there's something else that's going on and like the chick is just screaming and it's just like, bro, why are you screaming? Why are you yelling? That doesn't do anything. You're not fixing any type of issue. You're just annoying everybody that's around you. Ladies, I gotta ask, man, what is up with that? What is up? Is that like just like instinctual? You know, like let me know. Let me know. I got so many questions because, like I said, that ain't the first time I've seen a clip like that. Anyway, we got some more ICE deportations, and it's good. It's real good.
For 28 years to my husband who is being for 28 years to my husband who is being deported right now by ICE. 28 years. He's been here over 30 years, and I want everybody to know, nobody gives a shit if you have family, if you have kids. They don't give a shit if they're taking your husband or your father away. They are taking my husband away. These are FBI agents who work for Border Patrol. Okay? I want everybody to know, my family was just separated. They have taken my kid's father, and they don't give a shit. They have taken my husband away. I want everybody to know. They have taken my husband away. They don't care if they're separating family. Please, I need somebody to help me. I want everybody to know what they're doing. They are taking my husband away. They don't give a shit.
Okay, so, ma'am, just because you were here for almost 30 years or over 30 years, does not mean that you all of a sudden get to stay when you're illegal in this country. And no, they're not separating your family. You're welcome to leave with them if you want to, if you choose to. Nobody's stopping you from leaving with them. I'm just saying. So, moral of the story, if you're here illegally, you might as well just go ahead and self-deport because ICE is coming. And that's exactly what this next person decided to do.
Come with me to self-deport my mom after being in this country for 36 years. My stepdad is staying behind and he'll join her in a couple of months. They've been together for 25 years. We're driving from LA down to TJ to drop her off at the airport and she'll be flying to Mexico City. After driving an hour and 30 minutes, my sister realized she forgot her passports at home. This was her heartbroken that she wasn't going to be able to drop off my mom all the way in Mexico. So she drove back home to meet my stepdad halfway, hoping that she will make it back on time before my mom's flight. The good thing is that we gave each other more than enough time to have brunch in TJ while we waited for her. We got to the airport with 3 hours to spare. We checked in her bags and we just waited in the lounge. This is the good thing about Mexican parents trying to check in so early because now we have all this time to spare. Look at Miss Diva getting ready. And my sister made it with 45 minutes to spare. You made it! My mom is leaving behind 3 grown-ass kids and 3 grandchildren. We are doing this all while some of the biggest ICE raids are going on back home. With my mom's complicated legal status, she decided to do this in her own terms. She has no criminal record, a hardworking taxpayer who has been working 12-hour shifts since she was 15, 6 days out of the week. She never asked for a handout. She didn't get food stamps. She didn't get welfare. She didn't even ask for child support when my dad wasn't in the picture. She asked me to not cry, to let her go in peace, to take care of myself and not just trust all these new people I'm meeting. And I told her I'm protected, to not worry about me, and that I'm gonna go see her very soon. As the eldest sister, I stayed strong. I wanted to make sure that she knew that everything was gonna be okay. But this was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. The little one, on the other hand, she was struggling. Even though we're all sad to see her go, my mom hasn't seen her mom in 22 years. She's 51 and she's going back home to Guerrero, Mexico to retire. After so many years of being here, she forgot that that was the original plan. I hate that all of this had to happen for her to make this decision, but I have a good feeling that this is going to be good for her. This was her finally meeting with my grandma after driving 5 hours from Mexico City to her town. Mamita! If you have your parents close to you, don't forget to hug them today. And for everybody that voted for this, fuck you.
For everyone that voted for this, F you. Okay. Congratulations. You said F all of us that voted for Trump. Thanks. But this is the thing. If you're here illegally, you got to go. I don't care how long you've been here. Just because you've stayed here many, many years doesn't mean that you all of a sudden can continue to stay here. Clearly, she made the right decision, right? She self-deported herself. She deported herself, and that's great. But this is also the issue. This is one of the reasons why we need to get rid of birthright citizenship. When you come here illegally, your children should not be just automatically given citizenship. Now, I'm happy that this seems like a great family, seems like a family of faith, seems like a hardworking chick. This is nothing like really against them personally, right? But we got to call a spade a spade. Birthright citizenship should not be allowed because people can come here illegally, have a bunch of kids, and now all of a sudden they get to just stay here just forever. I just don't think that that's right, me personally. But y'all can let me know in the comments what you think about birthright citizenship and how you feel about that entire situation. I'm happy that she's went back to her original plan, right? Because as you heard the chick say, that was her original plan, to come here, I'm assuming to make money, right? And then go back to wherever she's from. And I'm happy she reverted back to her original plan. So, hey. Next clip.
Now at 6, friends and family pleading for help after a 24-year-old woman was taken into custody by ICE. Giovanna Hernandez Martinez was pulled over by Leeds police for a traffic violation. She did not have a driver's license, and according to a post by the police chief, she showed a Mexico-issued identification card. Hernandez Martinez later taken into custody by ICE and transported to the Pickens County Detention Center. Gio, as she's called by friends, is an honors graduate of Leeds High School, has a master's degree from JSU, and is now working as a counselor. Her parents brought her to the U.S. at the age of 7. Friends tell us Hernandez Martinez has been working to get citizenship, but it has been a struggle. They say it's time for compassion over cruelty. They have started a petition drive fighting her deportation.
So she just kind of has fallen into the cracks, and there hasn't been like a fast, linear, clear way for her to get citizenship. I would love to think that this was just like a big mess up, and that's something like it will get bad enough to where, you know, government officials, people in charge will say, okay, like this isn't what was supposed to happen.
Emily Barfield was Hernandez Martinez's roommate in college. Right now, she is being held in the Pickens County Jail and is scheduled to be transferred to Louisiana tomorrow for deportation hearings. We've reached out to U.S. Senators Katie Britt and Tommy Tuberville for comment and have not heard back. The Leeds Police Department posted a statement from Chief Paul Irwin saying a driver was pulled over for driving in a reckless manner. He says the driver did not have a license, but identified herself with a Mexico-issued identification card. Detectives contacted federal partners who told them the driver was here illegally and then took her into custody.
Bro, you can't make this stuff up, bro. Don't even have a driver's license. First off, you're breaking the law, okay? You came into this country illegally, which you broke the law, but now you're breaking the law by driving without a license, and then you show them a Mexican. You would have been better off just saying you didn't have an ID, but you pull out a Mexican ID. Yeah, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. That is diabolical. Pulled out the Mexican ID, but you ain't got an American ID. Goodness gracious, man. You just can't make this stuff up. You really can't make this stuff up, man. Goodness gracious. That is hilarious. Pulled out a Mexican ID. Anyway, apparently people on the left are trying to get smart, right? And now they want to work from the inside.
I applied to be an ICE agent, and I think you should too. I think the idea of us being saboteurs is one of the best ways we can resist. Like, honestly, apply. Just clog the system. Go interview. Like, even if you get the job, if you have the ability to actually take the job, like, you can sabotage from within. Like, we have the ability to actually become the deep state, and I think all of us should do it as much as we can. Let's become the deep state.
They want to become the deep state now, apparently, and sabotage ICE from within. Yeah, we'll see how well that one works out. I'm pretty sure Christy Nome and Tom Holman and the crew, right, are on top of things. 1,000% on top of things, and are not going to allow saboteurs to infiltrate the mission. They know what's coming. I'm sure they were well aware that people like that guy there were going to try to apply only to try to clog the system from the inside. So I'm sure they have, some things in place that are going to help to maybe not even necessarily prevent it completely, because I think some people can slip through the cracks a little bit, but to minimize that as much as humanly possible. And I think they'll do a fantastic job of that. I have all the faith in the world, and especially like a guy like Tom Holman. Tom Holman is not playing around, bro. He is serious. So if he sees any type of, foolery going on, any type of nonsense, it's going to be squashed immediately. I guarantee you that person will face some consequences for their actions. But anyway, that is where, actually, you know what? I'll play this last clip, because deporting these illegals and making sure that, they're not counted in the census is massively important. And here's why.
What if Texas, Ohio, and Florida do redistrict before 2026? It could be 13 more House seats for Republicans. Think about what's going on with the illegals. I remind people all the time, of course, they were imported for political power, and people think about, well, illegals voting. There are academic studies that show hundreds of thousands, maybe up to millions, have voted in recent elections. But as political power in which they are counted to apportion House seats and electoral votes and also federal dollars. And when you think about all of these things, what happens if we have a clean 2030 census or before, in which you remove those 12 million illegals that Biden imported? I mean, right now, even with corrupt numbers, Jesse, projections show in 2030 that red states could gain up to 13 House seats and electoral votes. Boom. And that's with corrupted numbers. Boom. You take out all of those corrupted numbers, it could be 25, 30. I've seen even up to 40 House and electoral seats moving into red states. But here's the kicker. Those census numbers are also used to apportion federal dollars. In 2021, $3 trillion, almost $3 trillion of federal money was apportioned based off those corrupted 2020 census numbers, again, favoring blue states. So this is about political power. This is about federal money. And we're looking at a potential seismic shift in the political landscape of America if Republicans will actually have the courage to follow through with this.
Yeah, so not only will the census, like recounting things and making sure that the illegals are not counted, not only will that change things, but then you start redistricting in Republican states the same way the Democrats have. Bro, it is going to be completely doomed for the Democrat Party. Let alone they're already in trouble politically, right? Their policies are trash. They just got denied in this past election, even with all of the mainstream media having their back, with $2 billion being spent on their candidate, with every celebrity you could possibly think of coming out and endorsing the Democrat candidate, which was Kamala, right? They still lost. And now, on the back end, the census is going to cause them to drop even more numbers. And if we start doing what they've been doing, it's going to be even further. It's about to get real ugly for the Democrats, as long as we have Republicans that are going to stand up and do the right thing. And that is our part. We have to make sure, and I said this, and I say this time and time again, we have to make sure that we're not electing the Mitch McConnells and the John Thunes of the world, and the John Cornyn's, and the Susan Collins and the Lisa Murkowskis of the world. We have to, and the Dan Crenshaws, we have to make sure that we're electing true Republicans, true America First Republicans, the Matt Gaetz of the world, even though he's not in politics anymore, the Byron Donalds of the world, right? We have to make sure that we're electing America First Republicans, that when push comes to shove, they aren't going to let Democrats walk all over us and play nice, right? No. We're going to give Democrats the same crap that they give us. I don't care how much they cry and scream about it, like they're doing right now with the whole redistricting thing. And we're going to talk about that in another video as well. But we're going to do the same things that they're doing. Simple and plain. We're done with the, oh no, we're not gonna do anything. Where they can redistrict their states, but we're just not gonna redistrict ours. And then when we talk about doing something, then they all cry and scream about it. Oh no, sorry, we're not gonna do anything. We apologize. Like, no. We're gonna follow through with it. Y'all did it, so we gonna do it. Simple. Those are the type of Republicans that we need to elect. And once we do that, man, we'll probably go on a long streak of winning. I mean, we're already going to be on a pretty solid streak of winning, but definitely once we get these rhinos out of the party, it's going to be a real long streak of winning. But y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this in the comments, man. Are you happy with all of the deportations? Do you want them ramped up? Are you good with the pace? Is this not what you want? Let me know. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.